Good afternoon, church. All protocol. It's, you know, I sat here and my heart is heavy. My heart is heavy knowing that today is the final day for my dad on this earth. And I remember him, Dad and I used to be at war with each other. Because I was the daughter who, everything he did, I would say to him, Dad, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And sometimes we will literally have verbal war because Dad don't give up easily, and I don't give up easily either. So I remember the when his dad passed away, and I learned that he was not well. And when I learned the prognosis, I said to the Lord, Lord, give me a little time to get to know him because I don't really know him. And the Lord gave me 2 years, and that was a beautiful 2 years for both of us. We shared almost twice per week or sometime whenever I feel like I need to talk to him. And what was so good about it was that the conversation was centered around the Lord, centered around what he was experiencing with the Lord, and it was beautiful. He talked about his vision. He talked about the things that he was going through. And like everyone has been saying, he never one day mentioned that he was hurting, even though he was. He didn't say he was having pain. He was just saying everything was good. So we didn't understand the depth of the illness because we took it for granted that he was okay. And I remember once I got a premonition that he was going to walk. And I said it to him, and he said, I got the same premonition too. And about a week before he passed, he called me and he was telling me his goodbyes. And I said, but Dad, how are you telling me bye when the Lord said you're going to walk again? He turned to me and he said, I did it already. I said, you did it already? He says, yes. So I said to him, what about the field? You were supposed to be planting and taking care of the garden. He said, I did that too. Immediately it dawned on me that in the natural realm, I was expecting and he was expecting to get up and walk again, but yet in the spiritual realm, he had already completed it. So his goodbye to me was actually goodbye. So I turned to him and I said, Dad, what did Jesus say? He rambled on something. And then I said, you know what? I'm not accepting any goodbye from you until Jesus said so. I said, we're going to take it one at a time and not until God said so. And he didn't say anything to me. And so we would talk on a daily basis and we would share about God's goodness. We share his testimony, and he had lots of testimony. And it was, to me, the best thing that could ever happen between Dad and I was knowing that I know for a fact. I'm not asking anybody and I'm not questioning it. I know where he's gone. I know his soul is rested because God took time out to put him aside, lay him down, and every crease that was in his body that or in him that was not straightened out, God straightened it out. Everything that was in him that was not right, God fixed it. So I know for a fact where my dad is gone because he got time. And just like his friend said, he started calling him Job. Job recovered, and Dad recovered also, but not on this earth, in the mansion where God prepared for him. I know where my dad is gone, and I know he's rested. I'm not saying make your soul rest in peace, because I know his soul has rest in peace. You looked at him, and he's at peace. When he died, and I was watching him, and I took a still shot of him, and when I looked at him, I said, oh my God, he's in total peace. And I said to myself, I too can rest. I cried today when I saw the hearse coming in. I cried when I saw him laying down there, but I said to myself, you know what? He will not want you to cry. He will want you to be happy because he we shared so many things. There's a time when he said to me, I'm not telling you anything anymore because you can't deal with it. I said, okay, Dad, that's all right, I understood. But, in all of this, I say that to say this. As a family, and every family has their challenges, and we too have ours. But as a family, we stood by him. I want to make a shout out to all of my siblings. My brother Dale, who took the time out. No matter where he was and we called, he was running and he's coming to take Dad. My brother Kuliman, he lived a good distance away, and he too, and he would pick him up when he couldn't walk anymore, pick him up in his hand in order for him to get to the hospital. My sister Chelsea, oh God, I lift my hat to her every single day. She did not let my dad want for anything. She took care of everything. My niece Katie, without her, my dad would not be cared for because she went to every hospital, every doctor to see what was necessary for him to survive. If it was for all of us, he would not have died. He would be alive because we tried everything earthly possible to make sure he got the care he needed and the attention he needed and the love he needed. And we didn't give it to him when we knew he was sick. We gave it to him throughout his years. My hat to KD, Karine, my sister Dolly, and all of us who stood by. We weren't here in person, but we did what we had to do. All of my nieces, my nephews, my sisters, and my brothers. I am standing up here in front of you and I'm saying I am so grateful that we're all a family. We can't choose the family we're in. We can't choose any part of it. But today, my mom, who's here, my dad, sorry Dad, you're gone, my family. And I'm just saying, I'm asking us to just, when we listen to what we hear about Dad, can we just fall in place and fall in line and just follow along? Because he leave a legacy that we can't walk in his foot. So I'm just saying, thanks. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.